For the first time in a bit, the vibes feel right in AEW, and it's great because they're heading to their biggest show of the year, AEW All In this weekend, and as always, it feels like a big deal, right? Like it feels like this should be a absolutely massive build-up, and it has been. They have, I think, hit the big fight feel on a number of different marks. I think they have a ton of momentum right now heading into this event. I love where they're at creatively with so many things right now. A lot of the progression feels logical. A lot of it is exciting. There are some actual serious stakes on the line that you actually believe. Like, there is a lot that you feel very good about with AEW going into All In. It does kind of feel like a new era is about to begin with AEW. And look, I don't want to put too much onto this one, excuse me. But potentially you're getting away from the Death Riders, or this like controlling version of it anyway. Potentially you're getting away from the EVPs and that storyline that a lot of people have rolled their eyes at. Potentially, not only are you getting away from things that have frustrated people about your company, but you are now potentially going to get the most out of Okada and Omega on this big of a stage. It just feels like a lot of things have lined up for them to right a lot of wrongs. And they are self-inflicted wrongs. There is no debate about that. And we have been critical of AEW on this show. But this weekend is a chance to at least separate yourself from a lot of those and build up into back into this challenger brand that they have been talking about. One thing I do like about this is, like, it is only one fewer match than we had on last year's main card for All In, and there might be some more additions as we go along, but it feels like it is a more focused storytelling approach with these right now, which is wild because we've also had AEW 300 and the summer break thingy and everything that they were doing, and the show in Mexico. They've had some big things to build up to along the way, but all of it has been through this filter of let's make Dallas, Texas, Arlington, I suppose, for actual accuracy here. Let's make Arlington feel as big as possible when we're going to a baseball stadium to have this match. So I think that they have built this up in a really effective way. And we talked about this a little bit on the Dynamite recap last week, where WWE, it felt like they kind of ran out of steam in parts of their build towards WrestleMania. And I think they were able to pick it up a little bit at the end with a few of the things, but it did feel like they had more weeks than ideas. That has not felt like it has been the case with AEW. This has not felt like a, oh my god, this build is dragging sort of a thing. Everything has been building to this crescendo out in Dallas. And so I think this more refined approach to storytelling, whether it's Tony Khan has just figured it out, Brian Danielson or Christopher Dan or whoever, if it's Chat GPT, I don't care. It just is a much more effective approach to storytelling from AEW this time around. And it feels like you're going to get to every match. Like, oh, can't wait. Oh, this is going to be good. Oh, don't know what's going to happen here. Which is another aspect of this. Like, I do not have a lot of belief that there is a ton of drama in the men's tag team match. But almost everything else, there feels like there is at least a little bit of doubt in so much of what could happen there. So I think that this is a great card for AEW, and it feels like a major opportunity for this company. The honeymoon does seem to be over with wrestling fans and TKO, and now that AEW has turned the tide on this creatively, they've gotten the nose up, whatever other cliche you want to put in, but they feel like they're hitting this at a great time. And WWE kind of feel like the big bullies who are doing a lot of things that people are really frustrated by. I don't think we're going to get to a point where, oh my god, AEW actually is the number one wrestling company in the world. I don't think we're going to get to that. But I do think we are going to get back to a part where ticket sales and TV ratings are going in a much more favorable direction for AEW, and there's people actually talking about them as a challenger brand and not just them talking about themselves as this challenger. So it's a great opportunity for AEW, and one that it looks like they are going to be taking full advantage of. A lot more on AEW All In coming up throughout the week. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to look at the overall health of All Elite Wrestling, just where they are at right now, entering their biggest show of the year in 2025, and kind of how we got to this point. All the great wrestling talk from Couch Potato Diary also lives on Living Room Lariat. If you are only here for the wrestling, Living Room Lariat is the place to go. It is an accumulation of all the wrestling talk from Couch Potato Diary throughout the week, with some bonus stuff that you don't get on the flagship the flagship Couch Potato Diary show. So if you're a wrestling fan, you don't want to sit through some CFL talk, I mean, you might learn something, you might enjoy it. But if you don't, I understand it. Not all wrestling fans are sports fans. So there is now a home for your wrestling takes, and it is Living Room Lariat, wherever you get your podcasts.